Greetings, Dr.Victor here. Today I'm doing a challenge. What would happen if for the next 30 days I were to eat only potatoes? Is it sustainable and more importantly, is it healthy? Should you do such a thing? First meal of the day, a basic potato with some salt. So let's dig in. Bro, stop! Huh? Someone already ate only potatoes for a year. But I really wanted to eat only boiled potatoes for the next 30 days. No, don't do that. Fine, let's just then start the video. So why would you want to do this, eating only potatoes? Well, the longest run that I found on someone eating only potatoes was for almost a year. So let's look at this guy who ate only potatoes for a year.
I started out on the 1st of January to do a whole year of eating nothing but potatoes.
And in support for this guy that was able to eat for almost a year only potatoes, I'm gonna also be eating potatoes throughout this video. I think that's only fair. So the guy's name is Andrew, kept up the diet for about a year and he lost 50 kilos, so 50 kilograms of weight on the potato diet. And he basically ate only potatoes, baked, boiled, no fats, no oils added. But he did use condiments, any kind of condiments, also some sauces, so not 100% only potato, but basically 99% potatoes. This is the least I can do.
How's your energy level?
I feel fantastic. I've got abundant energy, so much that I had to start exercising again about a week ago, which is pretty good.
So in the interview with some doctors, he is saying that after 43 days of only potatoes, his energy levels are through the roof and are better than before. You know, I kind of doubt that it's really true, but okay, maybe if it works for him, okay. This guy did manage to do a full year with only potatoes. But keep in mind that even him, so this guy in my mind is the god of potatoes right now. I think he probably can control potatoes around him, at least at a 1 or 2 mile radius around him, 100%. And even this guy, after 1 year, had to call it quits, because let's be honest, you're gonna get bored. Have you ever tried eating only one type of food, healthy food, not KFC wings or whatever, just for 1 day? Think about that. Now for a whole week, a month, a year of only potatoes. Can you imagine? Imagine that, a year of only potatoes. Probably your brain is gonna slowly transform and merge into a potato. And that's not good for your health. So it's important to note that potato has a really high satiety effect. Actually, a study was conducted on a number of different types of foods and on a certain amount of calories of that food, which is the most satiating. And guess what? A boiled potato was numero uno. The highest satiety was for the basic boiled potato. So the benefit of only eating one type of food in your diet is you're gonna eat a whole lot less, because you're gonna get bored of that food. The more variety you have in your diet, in theory, the more you can eat, because you're not ever gonna get bored of a certain type of food. You always have options and you can eat more. There's another guy that did a sort of documentary about only eating potatoes, but for only 2 weeks. Still amazing, and props to him.
Desiree potatoes, King Edward potatoes, baking sweet potatoes, white potatoes, jacket potatoes, sweet potatoes, imperfect potatoes.
And it's funny to look at this guy who, you know, he managed to eat 2 weeks only potatoes, and look at his reaction when eating something different for the first time after just 2 weeks. You know, let alone the guy after 1 year. Look at his face. It's pure joy. It's like him being possessed or in a trance of joy and happiness. You know, expecting that beautiful cheese taste. So look at this guy's reaction after eating some basic cheese just after 2 weeks of only potatoes.
Even though it's not really, I'm just about to eat some cheese.
Yeah. Point I'm trying to make is it's hard. It's hard to eat only one type of food, especially a bland boiled potato. So let's look at some nutrients of the basic potato. As you can see, It's almost 100 calories for 100 grams of potato. It has some protein, 2 grams per 100 grams, and mostly it has carbs. Fats, of course, almost zero, negligible. Calorie-wise, most likely if you're just gonna eat boiled or baked potatoes, and only that, with only condiments, you're gonna lose weight. Because yeah, theoretically you can exceed your daily caloric requirement for a certain day only by eating potatoes, but in practice it's basically impossible. So just for a person that needs 2000 calories to maintain his weight, he's gonna have to eat 20 medium-sized potatoes, boiled potatoes a day to just maintain the weight. So it's basically impossible to gain weight. But a challenge for everyone who is able to eat boiled potatoes or baked potatoes only with salt or condiments and get fat. That would be a great thing, because probably you would be puking every day from all of that food and not being able to keep it down. It's really hard, because as I said previously, potatoes have a great satiety effect. Go try and eat when you're hungry 500 grams of boiled potato with salt. You're gonna see, it's just 500 calories and you're gonna be more than full. Keep in mind, if the potato is highly processed, so you're using oils or it's fried, yes, then you could get fat by eating only potatoes every day. But for boiled potato especially and baked, this is not the case. Now, related to deficiencies and eating only potatoes, certain things come up. For example, protein amount. The daily protein requirement for a normal person is at least 0.8 grams per kilogram. So someone that is 70 kilos should eat at least 60 grams of protein. A basic potato at about 100 grams has 2 grams of protein. So an average person would need to eat at least 30 potatoes a day to fulfill their minimum protein requirements. And anyone who can eat 30 boiled potatoes a day has my respect. If you can do this, amazing. You almost are up there with the potato god, the potato king himself. But be careful, because after eating 30 potatoes a day, you might develop psychic powers and you might be able to control every potato around you. So be careful. And that's just for the minimum protein requirement a day. But for a person that's trying to gain muscle, for example, he would be looking at 60 potatoes a day. And if there's anybody on this planet that is able to eat 60 potatoes a day, they're freaking Saiyan. They're probably ascended the higher level of consciousness and they're now aware and in connection with the potato. You know? Also, they don't have any fats, basically. So you're gonna be lacking in that department. And fats are healthy. You need fats for your body to function properly. Your brain is formed, a big part of it, of fats. Also, your cholesterol hormones, steroid hormones like testosterone, estrogen are from cholesterol and fats. Of course, these deficiencies won't just pop up in the first week or month or even year. And yes, this humble potato has some nutrients going for it, some micronutrients, some vitamin C, a tiny bit of magnesium, has some B6, a little bit of iron, calcium, but the other nutrients are lacking. A big point of concern is vitamin B12. The thing about B12 deficiency is that you're not gonna see the symptoms of the deficiency at first. If a person stops consuming this vitamin, so for example in an only potato diet, in time the body's store of this vitamin, usually about 3 to 5 years, will exhaust. So only at the 3 or 5 year mark of this type of diet will you see the symptoms of B12 deficiency. Basically, B12 is highly involved in the nervous tissue and you can even have nerve damage. At first, the B12 deficiency can be reversible, but in time it becomes irreversible and now you have permanent neural cell damage. Okay, so apparently there's actually a subreddit, potato diet, with 850 members. Okay, so people are doing this. I'm on day 2. Okay, so they're not doing a lot of days on the... Okay, day 36. Okay, so a little bit higher. Okay, I'm really curious. Is there anyone that reached a year? How much potatoes should I eat? Doesn't matter. You can eat how many potatoes you want. You're not gonna get fat by eating boiled or baked potatoes. Hey, taters. So that's what they're called. Taters. The guys in the potato diet group. Okay, respect. It's nice that you have some nicknames. Now, don't get it twisted. I love potatoes. I think potatoes are amazing. I already did the previous video when I'm praising potatoes for their health benefits. But going over to this side and, you know, hugging potato too much, doing only a potato diet, that's not healthy. That's not good for in the long term. So in theory, a diet of only potatoes for a year is possible. Now, should you do it? Probably not. There are much easier ways to lose weight than just one type of food, potatoes, every day for the rest of your life. Who cares if you're gonna lose weight on 2 weeks of only potatoes if afterwards you're gonna shove your face with all of the food that you're thinking of and fantasizing about in the weeks when you are eating only potatoes? Who cares? You're gonna lose some weight, then you're gonna put the weight back and even more after you finish this miracle diet. Yeah, maybe after the 2 weeks of the potato diet, you now will be able to communicate with potatoes around you and control them and rise them up. Okay, that's good, but your overall lifestyle and food habits won't be changed, and you're gonna still have a tendency to eat unhealthy and get fat. And you're gonna have deficiencies in the long term. The most important thing is to create lifestyle changes progressively, slowly, each and every day, that you can maintain for the rest of your life and not feel like you're dieting or on some crazy train diet. You're just eating healthy, you can maintain it all your life, it's sustainable. That's the most important thing. The intermittent potato diet. Yeah, it might be healthy, but I just find it funny that every type of diet and craze is gonna come out. You know, the intermittent keto, fasting, cheese, meat diet, the intermittent potato diet. Everyone, you know, can do whatever they want. If it works for them, then that's all that it matters. But keep in mind the deficiency risk in the long term. Anyway, this guy had an amazing transformation. 117 pounds of lost weight. That's really tight. I'm curious about also his muscle loss in this period, because if he wasn't active, most likely he lost a lot of muscle also, and that's not good for his resting metabolic rate now when he reached this weight. Also, some articles coming up with I ate nothing but potatoes for 3 days. Bro, those are rookie numbers. That guy did it for 2 weeks and he cracked, of course, but still, props to him. Or this guy, the god of potatoes, 1 year, and you're here with this frail article, 3 days of potatoes. Who do you think we are? We're not impressed by such weak numbers. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, you found out something new and interesting. Leave a comment related to what you thought about this video. Like, subscribe if you enjoy the content. And also a challenge for anyone who can eat their daily protein requirement just from eating boiled potatoes. Whoever can do this is a god in my eyes. We should erect a statue for that person. Thanks for watching. We'll see each other next time. Salut!